Things are getting spicy. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechFoot Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Tuesday. Today's February 10th. And yes, as many of you guys saw, we talked about it a little bit earlier. We wanted to make sure that we talked about both best case and worst case scenario. And I don't think a lot of people are surprised by this retracement, right? Robinhood is down 7.76% during the after hours, and that's after reporting earnings. Not only did this company miss revenue expectation, which was expected to be one of their biggest quarters based off of Bitcoin hitting all-time highs within that quarter, but it seemed like trading activity actually began to slow down, and their guidance for 2026 is not looking the best. That was the main focus that I had that I talked about in today's earlier video. Remember, no one can predict the future, but everyone can prepare for it. Robinhood, I feel like for many of us, is a business that we can kind of understand, right? They make money through trading fees and through order flow, payment through order flow. So when trading activity is incredibly high, it makes sense on why their revenue is going to be much higher. But if trading activity begins to slow down or we enter a crypto winter, then yes, it makes sense on why they can lower their guidance for 2026 or the revenue begins to disappoint investors due to crypto slowdown. And look at this, a 7% drop, and Robinhood is no stranger to retracements. When Robinhood IPO'd in 2021, it popped off to highs of $84 and then crashed down to lows of $6.81. It traded flat for about 1 year for 2023 and then began to indicate signs of a recovery once they began to get their things together. I'm not here to say that it's going to retrace back down to $7 per share because Robinhood today is simply a much bigger company than what it was a few years ago. But with that being said, if we do enter a slowdown and revenue continues to slow down for a company like Robinhood, remember, investors are not going to feel comfortable paying a premium for this company that is no longer exceeding their expectation. And again, when you jump onto Investing Pro and you pull up Robinhood, you could see that right now it has a P ratio of right around 35 times its earnings. And although that's not an incredibly super high P ratio, it is trading at a high earning multiple, something to take into consideration, right? I just think that I'm really happy based off of today's video and what we shed light on in the sense of what were my concerns or my focus for it to report earnings. It seems like those concerns were validated with today's earnings report and also their guidance for 2026. So I'm very excited to follow up because, again, I would love to own a company like Robinhood because I am actually a fan of it. I'm a fan of how they've been doing business. It's not personal in the sense that, okay, well, trading activity has most likely peaked. If we do enter a slowdown period, remember, it's not personal. It's just natural that a company is going to go through kind of these waves or these cycles, especially when it has a lot to do with trading cycles, that it wouldn't be much of a surprise if we continue to see a retracement if we begin to enter a slowdown period, if crypto begins to enter its crypto winter and it trades flat or downturns for about a year. And also, if overall markets begin to correct, that should cause a potential retracement on Robinhood. So I'd love to follow up with this, maybe when it's trading at $50, maybe at $30 per share, when I can get it at a discount. Because again, we're all here for the same reason. It's to make money and hopefully to invest in good quality companies and pick them up for a deal while maybe some people overpaid. We can find and stay patient enough for those deals. So once they do present themselves, we can take action. The part that I'm very excited about that I wanted to quickly chat about is, what does this look like to you? Let me make this very clear. Just like I shared with Robinhood earlier today, no one can predict the future. Patterns tend to repeat themselves, but they don't always have to, right? I believe that crypto markets look weak. I think everything, especially on the 1 hour time frame, everything is still pointing down. It's still showing signs of lower highs and lower lows. There is no confirmation of a reversal or a strong valid support. And as of right now, we are testing a major support range at 67,000. Again, this is just my opinion. Please, if you don't agree with me, You feel free to share your opinion, I guess, or if you think that it's a good time to go long, I respect your opinion. I'm just sharing mine. I'm not trying to convince you, really. The reason I'm excited about this is if we do break the support, we're most likely, bound to retest that 60,000 support range once again. We have a gap down from 67,000 back down to 60,000. And if Bitcoin begins to sell off, remember, I don't trade Bitcoin. I don't believe in Bitcoin, but I do trade MSTR. And when Bitcoin begins to drop, MSTR begins to drop even more. Remember, MSTR is the bullshit company we've been calling out since it hit highs of $500 per share. And based off of recent patterns, it's selling off, testing a major support range at 130. And if Bitcoin begins to sell off aggressively, MicroStrategy has a habit of following the direction of Bitcoin. And often it sells off even more than whatever Bitcoin, shows that it's selling off. So if we begin to retest $60 per share, 60,000 for Bitcoin, we're likely to retest $100 per share for MSTR, which means that from current levels at 131 to previous lows of 100, that would offer about a 23% retracement. Fortunately, for some of our LPP traders, we've been focused on MSTZ, which is an inverse. It is a double leverage ETF, so it's not recommended for beginners. I am up a little bit on it today, but the big move looks to be happening after market hours. And if this thing begins to gap up as MSTR begins to go down, because remember, it's an inverse ETF, it goes up twice as much of whatever MSTR drops, but vice versa. If MSTR begins to go up, this drops twice as much. So again, not designed for beginners. I want to make that very clear. The part that excites me is that if Bitcoin does begin to sell off and it retests $100 for MSTR and Bitcoin continues to sell off and test 60,000, then MSTZ can maybe go back and retest that $30 per share. And that would offer about 100 to about 120% ROI. But of course, again, this is a leverage ETF. Due to path dependencies, it's never going to be perfect in the exact price level. It's just general ranges, and it's all based off of how much MSTR sells off percent-wise and what the double leverage of that is for MSTZ. I just wanted to share with you my opinion. I see Bitcoin to be looking weak. It's just my opinion. And as it sells off, I plan to short MSTR or go long on MSTZ, which makes me money as Bitcoin sells off, MSTR sells off, MSTZ goes up. A very simple concept, only focused on one thing, direction. As long as direction and price action are in my favor, I can make money as Bitcoin drops. Again, I am not pro Bitcoin. I don't believe in Bitcoin, but I believe in your right to invest in Bitcoin. My only encouragement for you is please do not use leverage, especially if you're a beginner. I wish you nothing but the best. I will be trading MSTR live with my LPP team tomorrow. And if you want to tune on in, it's the second link in the description down below. And yes, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.